Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for Field of Greens Golf League Golf third round of the Sony Open. Since this is the third round, I'm assuming most people know what's going on. This is a Field of Dreams golf league called Field of Greens. We play Ryder Cup style matches between the 12 different owners of the 12 different golf teams. And in between, we play a regular schedule of the 96 golfers that play on the teams in the different tournaments. And this is the second tournament of the year, the Sony Open. We are going into round 3. So let's load the program, see where we stand. Okay, let's put the schedule on. Sony Open round 3, tournament summary. Here's where we are after 2 rounds. Dustin Johnson leads the tournament 10 under par, 130, averaging 65 for each round. Ernie Els, Scotty Scheffler, Harris English, 1 stroke back. McDonald Smith, Sergio Garcia, Johnny Miller, Tony Jacklin, and Arnold Palmer, who was leading most of the way yesterday until he hit a double bogey on one of the holes, dropped back. They are 3 strokes back at 7 under par. What we're going to do today, the first broadcast lasted an hour. I'm still feeling my way around these broadcasts. The second, I thought that was too long. The second broadcast lasted about 35 minutes. I wasn't sure that was long enough, so we're going to play this one by ear. Let's play the event. Let's see how long we go. There is a cut in this tournament, and players have been cut. The cut line is -2. On the left-hand side of the screen is the leaderboard. And as I get down to -2, Lawson Little there, everybody else has been cut. Famous names, they're all famous names since this is an all-star league, but Tiger Woods, Byron Nelson, Phil Mickelson, Jordan Spieth, Walter Hagen, a lot of good players didn't make the cut. What we're going to do at this point, we are going to sim to the first group, which is Lawson Little, Steve Stricker, and John Rahm, hit 15. Then we will follow the top golfers around the rest of the tournament. We'll see how long rest of the course. We'll see how long we go before it might get a little boring. And then somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour, we will stop the broadcast and we will go into round 4 tomorrow. So here we go. Of course, the leaderboard's not going to change for a little bit because the lead is tee off last. First group is approaching the 15th. We'll pause it when they hit the 15th and take a look at the leaderboard. There we go. Okay. We have 2 players. Ralph Goodall, I got a story about him I'll tell later on in the broadcast. He was the golf pro at my first country club I belonged to back in Tarzana, California in the 1980s. And Lawson Little, they're 3 strokes back. 4 strokes back, Hale Irwin and John Daly. So just for fun, let's hit Lawson Little and Goodall, Hale Irwin, and John Daly to watch a couple of players, and we'll go from there. Here we go. Ralph Goodall on the par 4 fifth is going to put it just as far as it could go, left side of the fairway. Hale Irwin's shot. Excuse me. He 3/4 of the way back on the green. The ball's going to roll back safely for his second shot. Irwin's birdie putt. And it is going to be damn close, and he just misses. Going to tap that in for a par. He remains at 7. We move on to John Daly on the 9th hole, par 5. Daly hits a long ball. If he keeps it in the fairway, which he does, and has a good second shot, he may, in fact, be putting for an eagle. Here's his second shot, and you bet he's putting for an eagle. And he's within 8 feet. There it is, an eagle 3. John Daly picks up 2 strokes and is now only 2 strokes back of Dustin Johnson. He's tied with that other group, Els, Scheffler, and English, at 8 under. Ralph Goodall here on the 10th, par 4, hits it far left over the cart path. He should have a clear shot to the green, however. Good recovery for Ralph. Here's his birdie putt. Not close. Pulls the putt. Going to tap that in for par. He will remain at 6 under. Seven under. Sorry about that. Lawson Little. 15th. Par 4, he's in the fairway. He's 5 under in the round today. That approach shot is right on. He's got a makeable birdie putt of about 10 feet. Just slides by the right. Taps it in. Okay, let's see where we are. Daly at -8, Goodall and Little at -7, Hale Irwin -6 of the players we're watching. Hale Irwin is next. Hole number 6, a par 4, is just going to be in the first cut of the rough. But that's all he needed. That was not a good shot out of the rough. He's in the fairway. He's going to need to get down in 2 from there to par this hole. His approach comes up short. He's got 14-foot putt for a par and hits it a little too hard. It's in and out, and he bogeys that hole. Okay, that gets rid of Hale Irwin from TV here. He's dropped out. We're down to, we got anybody else in there? Nope. Lawson Little, Goodall, and Daly. Here's John Daly, eagled the 9th, and he creams this ball on the par 4, 350 yards. That ball went almost 350 yards. He's got a shot for a birdie here if he gets a good approach. Could have been better. 17-foot putt for his birdie. And he is going to, just on the lip, taps it in for a par. Remains 8 under. Ralph Goodall on the 11th, par 3. Safely on just past pin high on the right. For his birdie, his little chip, he's going to tap that in for the par. He holds position, Lawson Little. Nice drive. Par 4, 16th hole. The approach. Safely on the front. Here's his putt, and he's going to miss it. There we go. Everybody holds where they are. Daly at 8, Goodall and Little at 7 under. Anybody else come into the picture? Nope, that's it so far. Let's keep going. John Daly on a par 3. Beautiful tee shot. 31-foot putt for his birdie. He's going to come up short. 3-footer to par it. He does that. Remains where he is. Ralph Goodall from the 12th hole, par 4. He's in the fairway. Approach shot an 8-iron. And he's right there. Look at this. Goodall's going to tap that in for birdie. Picks up a stroke. He's now tied Daly, L, Scheffler, and English for second place, 8 under. It's a crowd. Lawson Little, can he do the same? Par 3, 191 yards. That is one club too many on this par 3. He left himself a 70-foot putt. And can you believe it? He missed it by an inch. Taps it in. He goes to the 18th. We go catch up with Daly on the 12th. 12th's a par 4, 436 yards. Daly, nice drive. He left himself a 32-foot putt for a birdie. Sole possession of second place. If this drops, it's going to be short. Remains 8 under par with the tap in. Off to Goodall, 1 hole ahead on the 13th. Ralph puts it dead center. His long approach shot is going to be in the middle of the green. He'll have a substantial putt for his birdie, about 42 feet. Here it is, rolling towards the hole. He's going to be off. He's going to be a 7-foot putt. And he just sneaks it in the side door. As we reviewed, Dustin Johnson still in the clubhouse, yet to tee off, 10 under. Whole bunch of guys at 8 under, including Daly and Goodall, who were following. Lawson, 7 under. And George Archer sneaks in. He's 7 under. George Archer is going to join the TV group. Here we go. George Archer next. He's on the 7th hole. Oh, nope. Lawson Little. I'm mistaken. He's on the 18th. Three wood for his approach shot, and he's going to be in the trap. No, he's over the trap. Pin high. Chipping on. He will leave himself 7-foot putt for birdie. And he drops it in, and he's going to catch everybody at 8 under. We got 3 guys at 8 under par that are on the course currently, and 3 more that have yet to tee off, and the leader, Dustin Johnson. Okay, I guess we're going to go to George Archer next. First time we've seen him in the tournament. Archer in the par 4 8th. He's in the fairway. Pitching wedge for his approach shot, and it is a good one. 17-foot birdie putt. Puts it right in the center of the hole. George Archer jumps all the way up to tie a whole slew of golfers 2 strokes behind Dustin Johnson at 8 under par. John Daly from the 13th. Smashes that ball right in the fairway. Dead center, couldn't be any better. 488-yard par 4. Pitching wedge to the green. And he will have 16-foot putt for a birdie, take over second place, but he's going to miss it. Pulls it a little bit left, taps it in now. Pars the hole. Ralph Goodall is next. After he's done, we'll take a short glance at the leaderboard. Still to tee off, the leader, Dustin Johnson, along with 3 people at 8 under. Is Goodall, par 4, 14th. In the fairway. 7 iron of the green. Nice shot. What, 20, 25-foot putt? 24 feet. Here it is for the birdie. And doesn't break the way he likes it. He has a challenging putt of 5 feet for his par, and he just makes it. And there we go. Let's look at the leaderboard here. 15 minutes into the broadcast, we're going pretty good. Dustin Johnson still in the clubhouse, 10 unders, has yet to tee off in round 3. Harris English, Scotty Scheffler, Ernie Els, 8 under. They have yet to tee off. George Archer, John Daly, Ralph Goodall, Lawson Little, also at 8 under. So there's 7 golfers at 8 under, all bunched at the top. They're in various parts of the course. Little is done. He's in the clubhouse with a 64 today. So we're down to watching 3 golfers until the leaders tee off. John Daly is next. Nope, George Archer. I got to get those straight. Archer in the fairway. .508-yard par 5, and he's going to be putting for an eagle. Archer's got a shot at being in second place all by himself here if he can sink this putt. Actually, he'll be tied for the lead. If he taps this in, though, he'll go to 9 under and be in second place all by himself. 5 under for the day. There it is. Now we go to John Daly. Par 4, 14th. Daly's been in the fairway all day, and now he puts it in the rough. Shot number 2. Looking good. He will have a birdie putt. 17-footer. And he just misses to the right. Taps it in. Remains at 8 under. Ralph Goodall on the 15th. 400-yard par 4. He's right in the middle of the fairway. We've had these golfers have been great accuracy off the tee today. Goodall's approach on 15 is going to be a great shot. He's going to, have 15-footer for a birdie? Let's see. Yeah, 14-footer. And he hit it a little hard as it spins in and out. Taps it in for his par. Goodall, Daly remain at 8. Archer at 9 under. Dustin Johnson still has yet to tee off. George Archer, 1 stroke back. 350-yard par 4 10th, and he's in the right center of the fairway. Here's his approach. And he is hot today. Is this going to backspin? George Archer has a great shot of being a co-leader with this putt. It is 4 feet. There it is. George Archer now ties Dustin Johnson. He's 6 under for the day. Where are we? We're going to go see John Daly 2 back here. Daly on the 15th. 400-yard par 4. He puts it right dead center of the fairway. These guys are playing good golf today. Here's Daly's approach. And he's going to have a good chance at a birdie putt here. This putt is from 19 feet. Got to hit it. Taps it in for his par, remains 8 under. Ralph Goodall on the 16th will be next. Like his other playing partners today, he's right dead center of the fairway. He's going to have a pitching wedge to the green. And Ralph's got a shot, 11-footer for a birdie. And it spins in and out. That is an unlucky thing. Taps it in. Goodall Daly remained 2 strokes back. Archer Johnson in the lead at 10 under. George Archer will be next at the 10th. $192-yard par 3. He's just on the left side of the green. 35-foot birdie putt. It's on its way. Good approach. He'll tap that in and remains 10 under. John Daly again from the 16th. Daly's really driving well, right down the middle. He's got a wedge to the green, and here it is. Center of the green. It should back up like the rest of them do here on 16th hole. He's got a makeable birdie putt of 10 feet. And misses it to the right. Taps it in, remaining 8 under. Okay, do we get a couple other guys popped in here? Lee Trevino, Colin Montgomery, all at 8 under. George Archer at 10. Anybody else? Nope. Let's see who's next. Ralph Goodall from the 17th. His par 3 is going to put it in the bunker. Bunkers are not usually a problem for these pros, and Goodall, it's a fairly good shot. He's got a 7-footer for his par, and he's going to put it in. Goodall saves par. And for the first time today, we're going to go see Lee Trevino on the par 4 third hole. Lee Trevino in the fairway. Trevino's approach here, 411-yard par 4. And Trevino nails it. What a great shot. He's got a 9-footer for a birdie. Will he pick up another stroke? He does. He puts in the birdie putt. Trevino goes to 9 under, 1 stroke back. Colin Montgomery's next. He's 8 under. He's on hole number 4. It's a par 3. And he's going to just be on the fringe on the right-hand side. He'll chip it up. And he hit that one a little hard. He's got a challenging putt here for his save par. It's going to be 14 feet. And he misses it. He's going to drop back to 7. Let's take a moment. Take Colin Montgomery off our TV watch list. Ralph Goodall, 8 under, 6 under for the day. Daly, 8 under, 5 under for the day. Els Scheffler in English yet to tee off. Trevino, 9 under, 3 under for the day. Archer, 10 under, 6 under for the day. And Dustin Johnson, the leader at 10 under. Who's next? Looks like George Archer, co-leader. is safely in the fairway. Beautiful shot. His next shot is going to be a 7-iron to the green. He's going to be a little short and to the right. Chips it up. And we'll have a short, 4-foot putt? Let's see. 4-foot putt for his par. He puts it in. He pars it. Everybody's where they were when we started. John Daly about to finish his round. The next hole on 17, it's a par 3, puts it in the sand. He hits it out. Not bad, could have been better, but let's see if he can sink this 11-foot putt to save par. Yeah, he sure can, can't he? He saves par and stays where he is, 8 under. Ralph Goodall. When I met him, he was a very old man. I believe he was, in the 1930s, he was a U.S. Open champion. Here comes his approach on the par 5, 18th hole. In the sand, here's the sand shot, and like all players of his generation, great in the sand. And he puts it in for a birdie. Goodall goes to 9 under. He's in the clubhouse with a fantastic best round of the day, 63. As you glance at the leaderboard on the left, the next player we will be watching will be Lee Trevino, a stroke back, tied with Goodall and Archer. Trevino on the 4th hole, it's a par 3, and he puts his shot on the green. He'll have 21-foot putt for birdie. Can he tie the leader? He's got to hit it. Nope. Going to tap that in for a par. Trevino remains at 9 under. Next call for anybody else enter. Sergio Garcia is 8 under. Let's add Sergio to the mix. Next golfer up, however, is George Archer, co-leader at 10 under. And he's in the fairway. Here comes his 7-iron to the green. He's pushed it, and he's hit a tree. Archer is in trouble. He's got to hit it backwards to get it out of that mess. Now he's hitting a 6-iron to the green, and he hits a tree again. George Archer is going to fall like a tree that was chopped down after this hole. He is on the green in 5 on this par 4. Double bogey attempt. He's going to triple bogey this hole. He's going to fall right out of the leaderboard as he taps it in for a triple bogey. Archer on the 13th hole, that certainly wasn't lucky for him. He's dropped so far that he's out of the TV spot for right now. We have Daly, Garcia, Goodall, and Trevino. No, Goodall's finished. So we'll get rid of him. We got 3 golfers, Trevino, Garcia, and Daly. Let's see who's next. Daly on the 18th, finishing up his round. Off the tee, pushes it a little bit to the right, but he's going to barely, well, maybe the first cut he'll be in. Here's a 5-wood. It's par 5. He had a little too much club. If he can get the chip up and put it in for a 1 putt, he can have a birdie. This is a pretty damn good approach shot. Look at this. Stops within 3 feet, puts in his birdie putt. He ends the day at 9 under par, 64 for the tournament. There's a group now under Dustin Johnson, who's now the sole leader since Archer fell off with his triple bogey. We got Lee Trevino on the course. John Daly at 9 under. He is now not on TV because he's not playing. And David Duval, who is on the 12th, we're going to add, he's 8 under. Everybody else, only a few more golfers to tee off. Let's see who we're going to watch next. We're going to watch Sergio Garcia from the second hole, and he puts it right in the middle of the fairway. His approach shot is a lob wedge, and it should spin back with a lob wedge, and it does. He looks like he's going to have a great shot at a birdie here. 8.5 foot putt, and he pulled it left, not even had a chance from the beginning. Taps it in for his par, remains at 8 under par. Lee Trevino up next, 1 stroke back on the 463 par 4. He's going to put it in the middle of the woods, as you can hear it hitting trees. He has to punch it out into the fairway. Maybe a little too hard. Has he got trouble with this tree? Let's find out. He does. That's his third shot, and it's going to roll into a ditch. Trevino's going to fall off the leaderboard here. His fifth shot, he's got a double bogey putt here from 12 feet. He puts it in for his double bogey. That drops Lee Trevino back to 7. He's off the television at 7. Garcia and Duval are the only ones on now until English, Scheffler, Els, and Johnson tee off. David Duval here is on the 13th hole. It's a par 4. We just passed the half-hour mark on the broadcast. I think we may go about an hour today. Duval's approach here on 13, and it's a nice one, pin high, left of the green, left side of the putting surface. 33-foot putt for a birdie. It's going at the hole, but it just goes by on the left. Duval taps it in. He remains 8 under par. I'm going to take a sip of water before we get on to watch Sergio Garcia, whose playing partner is Arnold Palmer, on hole number 2. While we do that, a replay has popped up I want to show you. Jack Burke Jr. with a sand wedge from 116 yards. Put it in the hole. Good shot. Okay, that's the highlights are on for those people who want to learn the game are on the bottom right. Weather today here at Wailea Country Club in Honolulu. Wind out of the northwest, 9 miles per hour. In Hawaii, that's a mild breeze. 82 degrees, and it is partly cloudy. Sergio Garcia and Duval are the current guys we're watching. Everybody else is either in the clubhouse or yet to tee off. Sergio from the hole number 3, 4 on 11 yards. He's in the fairway. Here comes the approach in the center of the green. It's got quite a long birdie putt. This putt is, let's take a look here in a second, 35 feet. Can't do much better than that. We'll tap it in, remain at 8 under par. Anybody else tee off? We got Scotty Scheffler. Excuse me one second. Scotty Scheffler we add to the TV rankings. Let's see who's next, however. Be David Duval. His playing partner is McIlroy. Duval is just going to be in the first cut here on the right side. Here comes his approach on the 430-yard par 4. He's got a makeable birdie putt of 14 feet. But he slides by on the right-hand side. Going to drop it in for his par. And for the first time today on hole number 1, we're going to see Scotty Scheffler. Hole number 2, sorry. There it is. Beautiful drive. Scheffler in the fairway. Here comes his approach with a lob wedge. One of his better clubs. There it is. Should spin back, and he's going to have a birdie attempt. 5-footer for his birdie. He gains a stroke, and he is tied for the lead at 10 under. Dustin Johnson going to be on the tee. We will catch him as he goes around. Right now, we're going to be watching Sergio Garcia on the 205-yard par 3. Hole number 4 as that ball will back up into a little gully here in the green. He's got to go up and down here. Let's see how he does it. Good looking putt from that distance. And he's in with his par. Duval 8 under. Garcia 8 under. They're on. Everybody else is on the course, so we got to add a few people. We're all on the course. We're watching everybody that's 8 under. There's 2, 4, 7 players. We may not have time to do 7 players, but let's see how far we can get with it. Curtis Strange. Okay, I don't know how it got off the automatic thing, but there it is. In the fairway. Strange approach shot. Okay. I either hit a button or did something. See shot targeting. I'm going to have to see if I can find the settings here. If you'll bear with me, because this is not the settings I want. Strange's putt. Okay, hold on 1 second. After this putt, he puts it in. There's the leaderboard. Strange goes to 9, but I need to find. Hold on 1 second. Bear with me as we try to find where we're going. Okay. Only if I knew the program, which I don't. So I'm not sure how. Oh, here's the settings. There we go. I am not sure where we are or what we're doing. So much for that. Let's play golf. Bernhard Langer, hole number 12. Okay. Who knows why I'm back to where it belongs, but I am. Just in the rough, Langer's approach. Guess I'm going to have to learn that eventually. 12-foot birdie putt for Langer. It looks good, and it is around the cup and in. Bernhard Langer goes to 9 under along with Curtis Strange. And I'm not sure why Curtis Strange is not green. There we go, because he's not on computer control. That's what it was. All right. All those players in green are who we're watching. Dustin Johnson, Scotty Scheffler, 10 under. Strange and Langer, 9 under. Daly and Goodall in the clubhouse at 9 under. English, Garcia, and Duval all 8 under. Julius Boros, Gene Saracen, and Lawson Little also in the clubhouse at 8 under as we continue. We're on David Duval on the par 4 15th. He's screaming 4, so doesn't look good. He's in the woods. Let's see what happens. Well, his attempt to get out is not good. Hits a tree. His next attempt is even worse, but at least he's out. Duval's chipping up his 4th shot. He's going to leave himself quite a bogey putt. 40-footer. Needs to sink this to only lose 1 stroke, but not even close. He put this in, he'll drop 2 strokes and out of the TV picture. There it is, Duval, double bogeys. Drops all the way down the leaderboard right there, and we're not going to watch him. Let's see who's next. Harris English, par 4, 2nd hole. Dustin Johnson, co-leader. Right dead center in the middle of the fairway on hole number 2. English approach shot. And that looks good. Dustin Johnson with his approach. If that gets some backspin, he'll be even better. Dustin Johnson's got a makeable birdie putt for the lead. English is in the hole for a birdie. Dustin Johnson birdies, both players birdie the hole. Dustin Johnson now, as you see, leads Scotty Scheffler by 1 stroke. English, Strange, and Langer, 9 under, 2 strokes back. And that's going to drop off Sergio Garcia because I want to finish sometime today. So let's see who's next. Scotty Scheffler, hole number 3. His approach. He's got quite a putt here. Watch how this breaks. About as good as you could do from up there. He's got to drop in this 3-footer for a par, and he does it. Curtis Strange now. Strange, 9 under. Dead center, left of the hole. Hole high. 24-foot birdie putt. Strange lines it up. It's rolling towards the hole, and he drops in a 24-footer to go to 10 under. 1 stroke behind Dustin Johnson, tied with Scotty Scheffler. Bernhard Langer also 9 under. 13th par 4, hits that right down the middle of the fairway. Langer's approach, he's pushed it, and he is going to be just short of the trap. Chips it up. He's going to have a makeable 3-4-foot putt for a par 4-foot putt. He makes it, remains at par. As you can see, Johnson and 11 under, Scheffler and Strange. 10 under. English Longer, 9 under. All on the course daily in Goodall in the clubhouse. So I take a sip of water. We're at the 45-minute mark. We're going to go to about an hour. Just before we hit the hour mark, wherever we are, we're going to sim to the end. Will take us to the fourth round, which we will see tomorrow at the same time. Harris English, par 4, third hole. In the fairway. Dustin Johnson. Leader of the tournament with a nice shot. Johnson's approach. And you can't do better than that. Is he going to birdie this hole? Let's find out. He's got about a 6-7 foot putt. English to the green. That one's about the same. He's going to putt first, though. He's going to be from 12 feet. English puts it in for a birdie. He goes to 11 under. Johnson drops it in for a birdie. Goes to 12 under. Scotty Scheffler, 10 under, par 3, fourth hole. He's got a long birdie putt. How about that? Going to tap that in for his par. Johnson at 12 under, English, Scheffler, Strange, 10 under, Langer at 9 under. Just outside the TV range, Garcia and Bruce Crampton. 8 under, along with 3 other guys in the clubhouse. Curtis Strange, 10 under. On the 10th. Par 4, 436 yards in the first cut in the rough. Great approach shot. He will have about a 20-foot putt. Just misses on the left side. He's going to tap that in. He remains at 10 under par. Bernhard Langer, 9 under par, is next up. He's from the 14th hole. Par 4, 430 yards. And he's in the rough. Will the rough bother him? Doesn't look like it. That approach shot is downright perfect. 17-foot birdie putt for Langer. Didn't break as much as he thought. He's going to tap it in. Remains at 9 under par. Harris English and Dustin Johnson are up next. Harris English, par 4, 3, puts it in the sand. Dustin Johnson, right in the middle of the fairway, right in the middle of the green. English's sand shot, great shot. 22-foot birdie putt attempt for Johnson. And just slides by on the left. First par of the day. He birdied the first 2 holes. 2 of the first 3. There we go. Dustin Johnson still leads by 2 over English, Scheffler, Strange, and Langer. And we are going to take a 1-minute break. We'll be right back. Thank you for that moment that I needed a break. So here we go. Dustin Johnson at 12 under. English, Scheffler, and Strange 10 under. Bernhard Langer, 9 under, and he's with Daly and Goodall. Both those guys are in the clubhouse. Let's find out who we're going to watch next. Scotty Scheffler from the 5th, par 4, 463 yards. He's in the fairway with his drive. Second shot, safely on the green. Long putt for a birdie. He's going to miss it. Going to leave himself a 2-foot putt, 3-foot putt for the par. He's got it. Remains at 10 under. Curtis Strange on the 13th looks like is next. Strange 10 under. Par 4, 488. And that's a perfect drive on this hole. Strange is going to just be short of the green. He's just going to be in the fringe, going to chip it up. And he's got a putt for his par. He's got it. Langer is 9 under. Strange. Let me see that for a second. Did I miss that one? Whoop. Didn't see that. I wanted to get his card. Okay. I'm not sure how to get his card up. Anyway, my wife just stuck her head into the room here, and I was distracted for a moment. Here's where we are. We got to add Bruce Crampton. That's why it looks funny. Crampton 9 under, Langer 9 under. A trio of players, English, Scheffler, and Strange, 2 back at 10 under, and Dustin Johnson leading at 12 under par. Let's find out who's next. It's Langer on the 15th. He's in the fairway. To the left of the green, he's going to chip up. Going to need to get close to save his par. He will. He's got about, 6-foot putt maybe? He misses it. Not even close. He's going to drop a stroke. Taps it in for a bogey. Langer drops to 8 under and off the TV schedule. Who's next? English and Johnson from the 5th hole, par 4, 463 yards, somewhat of a long hole. English to the left, just in the fairway, I believe. Dustin Johnson right down the middle. Johnson will be first. And that ball is going to be safely on the green. Long birdie putt. Harris English. That's a better shot. Dustin Johnson from about 30 feet will tap it in. He'll remain at 12 under par. English drops in a birdie putt. He goes to 11 under. There's the leaders as you see them. Let's see who's next. About 5 minutes to go in the broadcast. Let's play a couple of holes here. Scotty Scheffler, hole number 6, par 4. Scheffler with a pitching wedge. A little too much club. Long birdie putt. I don't think he's going to be close. And he isn't. Leaves himself a 7-footer for the par. He's got it right in the center of the hole. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, 6, 7, 8 players bunched at the top between 12 and 9. Okay, where are we? The next guy we're going to see is Bruce Crampton. We haven't seen much of him in this tournament. Crampton on the par 4 10th. In the fairway. His approach is just over the hole. He will have, what, a 15-foot putt? 16-foot birdie putt. It's looking good, and it is, oh, it just fails to fall. It goes over the right edge of the cup. He is a 9 under par. For the sake of time, let's take Crampton off of here. Drop Strange, even though he's mine, and Scheffler. Let's go with the 2 leaders the last few minutes. Hole number 6, Harris English. Just into the rough on the left-hand side. Dustin Johnson further, and he's into the rough. Both players in the rough on their approach on this 462 par 4. And there is an English shot which hits a tree. Johnson, however, safely on the green. Third shot, Harris English, and it's a beauty. Even though he hit the tree, he should save par. Is Johnson's long birdie attempt. I can't believe English makes that chip and blows the putt. He does. And he's going to have a bogey. There is the par putt for Johnson. Curtis Strange birdied a hole. We're going to put him back on, take English off. We got the top 2. Let's see who we're going to watch next. Curtis Strange to the right. He's in a little bit of trouble. Can he get it over these trees on this 397-yard hole? Not a problem. And look at that shot. That is a beauty. 8-foot birdie putt. He's not going to come close, though he pulled it. And Strange, Curtis Strange, remains at 11 under par. Dustin Johnson from the 7th, par 3. Haven't seen this hole much. He flies the green. He's going to have to chip on. And it should be close enough for him to remain at 12 under par. He does as he taps it in. Off to Curtis Strange on the 16th. 434-yard par 4. It's down the middle. Here comes a pitching wedge to the green. And that's a nice shot. He'll have a makeable birdie putt. It's 21 feet. There's the roll. A little too hard. Hit it through the break. He's got a 4-footer coming back? 5-footer. Oh, and he's going to miss that. He's going to 3-putt. You don't see too many of those. That drops Strange down to 10 under and 2 strokes back. As we approach the 1 hour mark, what I'm going to do here, sim the rest of the holes. We got Dustin Johnson, McDonald Smith. Well, let's watch McDonald Smith play 1-0. We haven't seen him at all today. On the 12th, par 4. Great looking hat. He's in the rough on the left side. Will he be able to get out of there? Here's his approach. He can. Safely on the middle of the green. Here comes a 30-foot birdie putt for Smith. And we'll tap it in to remain 11 under par. Is that what I said? Yep, that's it. A trio of players at 11 under par. We've hit the 1 hour mark. Let's hit the play round. Let's see how they finish. And then we'll be on to round 4 tomorrow afternoon, 7 p.m. Eastern, to finish the tournament. We will not sim to the end of the tournament. We will play so you can watch it. Unless someone thinks any differently, I think 1 hour is plenty for this broadcast. There we go. We finished the round. Let's take a look. At where we are. Harris English leads by a stroke. He's 14 under. McDonald Smith, 13 under. Strange Scheffler. Arnold Palmer's made a comeback. He's 11 under. Dustin Johnson, with a 70 today, falls to 4 strokes back. I think there was a 63 today. There it is, Ralph Goodall with a 63. I think that's the best round of the day. I want to thank everybody for coming by. I hope you tune in for tomorrow's round 4 and see who finishes and wins. Field of Greens, Golf League Sony Open. Have a nice evening, everybody.